Yo, what's going on, guys? Coach Vic here. So I'm going to answer another Instagram question, and that is how to improve pitch recognition and timing. For pitch recognition, I just made a video on that. Be sure to look for that on my Instagram feed or on YouTube. So then let's talk about timing. And I have a simple kind of way of thinking about this, a mindset tip for if you're thinking about trying to improve anything. Your go-to question should be, well, how can I challenge that area? So for example, I want to improve how to improve my timing. Okay, question, fill in timing. How can I challenge my timing? What is it that makes my timing not good? What keeps me off time, right? And so we want to, okay, go to the cage or go to the field if you get batting practice or whatever. Find ways to challenge your timing. Okay, an additional tip to pitch recognition would be the same thing. How do I challenge my pitch recognition? How do I make it harder? So swinging a bat that is smaller. Okay, I used to swing bats that were smaller and then also heavier, right? So I swing like smaller in diameter, but then also you can swing a lighter bat, and then you can also do like your underload, overload if you wanted to incorporate that. I would often swing with my regular bat and a donut, so it's weighted, and I'm trying to hit balls that are smaller, that move different as well. They cut through the air different, so they have different types of movement, and it just, again, it's just you're challenging that ability all ball players have to see the ball, but we can refine that by challenging it and doing it consistently. So anything like that, anything that is going to challenge the eye, challenge your hands to be able to make that connection, that hand-eye coordination. It's the same thing with anything. Everything that we do as humans, every ability that we can build is like a muscle. If you train it, if you challenge it, then you can obviously improve it, and then of course you can refine it over time. It's very similar to how do I want to get stronger? Well, I have to stimulate my muscles. I have to challenge my muscles in order for them to adapt and get stronger and therefore get bigger, right? So one of the things for timing, I recommend, just shooting from the hip here, let's try different distances. Okay, maybe take the tee. There are some timing drills you could do with the tee, but let's just assume, let's take the tee away and see if you can get some soft toss at the very least. This way you're always working on timing a moving pitch. If you have the flipper, the person flipping can vary the speeds. Okay, where you don't know what's coming. Maybe at first you do know they're going fastball. Okay, we're going like a loopy kind of curveball, and really work on sitting back and driving that thing to the oppo gap. Thinking opposite field gap is you're anticipating seeing the ball travel longer. So oftentimes, if your issue is timing, that is probably one of the issues, is that you are not able to create the time to let the ball get to you. Most people, I've never had a hitter come to me and say, I'm too slow. Like, I'm too smooth. My timing is just so slow and early. Like, that's not really an issue. It's not a thing that I've discovered yet in my experience now as a hitting coach. Most people, if you have timing issues, you're getting too fast. Your own body tempo is too fast and rushed. You may even start late, could also be an issue. If you're starting your load late, now all of a sudden you have to rush your swing. Therefore now, and maybe you have like a heavy weight shift or something. So now you're getting way out in front, heavy on the front leg, and now you're going to be really, really early on things. Okay, so to improve your timing, again, change the distances that you're flipping, that the flipper is flipping. Okay, that's going to change. Obviously, it increases and decreases your reaction time, right? And it's forcing you to create the adjustment via with your body, via with your eyes, and your brain can start to gather that information, right? Your body's constantly your brain and body are making calculations, right, for distance. And so the more repetitions you get doing that, you're going to refine that skill. Okay, so again, different distances, different speeds, and also working toward the opposite field gap. Okay, and that is just some basic things that you can do to improve those areas. Also, another tip for the tempo, think about being a little bit earlier. Start earlier and slower. Make sure that you're sitting into that back leg, into the heel and your hip, and feel the control of your forward move. If you have a forward move or you're just kind of an up and down, kind of whatever it is, you want to be in control over your timing mechanism. If that timing mechanism can be a little bit slower and earlier, it's going to give you more time to adjust to those differentials in speed and distance in the practice setting. Those are the key things. Change distance and speed when doing front toss. Right? You're doing a fastball and then you're doing kind of a change up or kind of just something loopier, or working to the opposite field gap, and get really good at that. Keep the effort level nice and low, 50, 60, 70%, right? Yeah, if you watch major leaguers, you're going to see a lot of swings that they take are lower effort. And the way I process that is that they're trying to control their body to a T. They're trying to be in 100% control of themselves so that they can produce the result that they want over and over. They can control the barrel. By controlling the barrel, they got to control their hands. Controlling their hands, they can control their body, their shoulders, right? All the way down to the ground, okay? Work on not trying to kill the ball, okay? There's a reason why you watch big leaguers and you watch pro guys doing things in a certain way. It's not just by chance. Everything has a purpose. Again, staying slow. See if you could start early and be slow. A slow pitch, slow and early, smooth. Let the ball travel. Okay, I mean, this is often an issue with most players, is that we don't like hitting slower pitching. We prefer somebody who throws a little bit harder, which is kind of funny. It doesn't really make sense, right? You should like when somebody throwing meatballs up there, but most of us don't, and I was the same. And the part of that is that my load and my timing, I didn't have the adjustability within that to create a little bit extra more time for the ball to get to me. Right? It would click in eventually if I kind of square one up. My confidence is good. I'm relaxed, and I'm allowing the ball to get to me, and I'm adjusting to off-speed pitches, and I'm laying off of tough pitches in the dirt and those types of pitches out of the zone. If your load mechanism is faster, it doesn't mean you can't get away with this, but if it is shorter and faster, then the timing has to be more perfect when you start. Okay, so most players that I see and that I work with their move and their load mechanism is too short and fast. Okay, meaning that they lack the ability to adjust to different speeds, which means that the only thing they can really time is a decent fastball. Right? If they get that decent fastball, the fastball lines up to the speed of their body, of their tempo, and that's why you like hitting faster pitching. And then the slow stuff, it doesn't line up with the speed of the pitch. But see, that's totally wrong. We as hitters need to be able to adjust to the different speeds, right? You're going to face a different pitcher every time. He's throwing different various pitches all the time. You can't have a different swing and then try and guess which swing you need on each individual pitch. It's just, you're not going to be successful and you're not going to be consistent. The timing adjustment has to be within you so that you can start at the same point or your goal is to start and have your load very consistent with the pitcher, say with his release. By the time it's coming out of the hand, you're kind of coming forward in a controlled way, or coming forward and down in a controlled way. That's going to be able to help you see the ball better, therefore make better decisions, therefore hit the ball harder, more consistently, therefore be a better hitter. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Pitch recognition and improving timing. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe, ring the bell. Okay, otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.